Bienvenidos. I am here in Costa Rica. It is January 2021 and I am in Samaras swinging on a swing, looking at the beach, talking to you guys. So I'm so excited. I was really excited for 2021, not because I feel like a lot of people are saying, oh, 2021 is going to be so much different than 2020. Like 2020 was such trash and we need to get rid of it. I'm not saying 2020 was like the greatest, but I really think that it's sad to just throw away 365 days and think that we don't have any sort of control over how we experience life. So I have been asked a ton about how I set up my goals, and I always have a daily gratitude journaling process, and it's like a manifestation journal, but it's mostly based on gratitude. And I've had a lot of questions every time I post it on my Instagram. So because it's 2021, I thought it'd be a good time to kind of go over how we set up our goals and just set up our lives and set up everything for success and happiness and prosperity to the best of our abilities as physically possible. So the first step in setting up goals is that we have to take responsibility that we actually are able to have some sense of control over it. You have to take responsibility for your own happiness and what's going on in your life, which is a bitter pill to swallow for some people, because that means all the bad shit you gotta take responsibility for too, as well as the good. So for me, that was a huge thing to kind of overcome, is that I am in control over my life. Like the energy I put out, like what I think about, what I resonate on, what I meditate on, what continually goes in my mind over and over and over again. Control is a huge factor in how I experience the rest of the world and how I view it. So if, for example, if I'm watching the news 24/7, nothing good is on the news. Nothing ever good has been on the news, ever. Yeah, we are pinned to it right now. If you had that continually playing in your head over and over again, that's what's pouring into you. You're hanging out with your other friends that are fucking scared and stressed out. No wonder your world feels and looks super shitty, because all you're doing is consuming garbage, and then you are spreading more garbage out into the world, and then that's how you see the world, is only through a garbage lens. Instead of taking responsibility and going, this doesn't serve me, this doesn't make me feel good. Your friends and family will let you know if there's something that you urgently need to know. Other than that, if it doesn't serve you, it makes you unhappy, take responsibility and get rid of it. And that includes boyfriends, girlfriends that you shouldn't be dating, your job, if your job makes you feel that way. You know, change your perspective. Either look at for something to be grateful for, or chuck it, because you're the only one in charge of your life. Literally, government's not in charge of it. Your mom and dad are not in charge of it. They care, maybe, but you should ultimately care the most. So, first step, glad you're taking responsibility that you have control over your life. Do you have control over what someone else does to you? No. But you have control over your little worldview and how you view it and how you feel about it and how you speak about it. And that's just from a place of gratitude. Because if it's hard for you to go, there's nothing I could be grateful for right now at this moment, then you can just look around, and I'm sure you can find something to be super, super grateful for, no matter what it is. Even if it's the smallest thing, just start looking for little things, and I guarantee your perspective will change. And that also leads me into my goal setting. So when I look at my goals, I feel like goal setting becomes this like really big thing. And I was talking with some girls last night about, what are you trying to manifest in your life? Like, what's your goal for 2021? And they all live here. And it was crazy because they kind of just didn't have any. I mean, para vida. But so we kind of got, like, we are blessed with these days to live here. So let's use them to our full advantage and create something amazing, right? We don't know when we're going to pass away. We don't know when this journey will end. We don't know what's happening tomorrow. We don't even know what's really happening in 30 minutes, to be really honest. So let's kind of map it out. So how I work through mine is I start with, I would start with my financial goals, because they're it's a number, right? So it's very specific. So I start off with my financial goals, and I kind of bullet point these. So I start off with, I want to make $350,000 this year, for example. $350,000 this year through my investments, through my podcast sponsorships and advertising, through my YouTube, and through doing hair. They're specific, right? So then I break it down even further. So now I have a bigger goal. Now I'm going to break it down further. How much do I want to make from each of those things? So from hair, I want to make $150,000. Cool. So now I have $150,000 more to play with. And then so I break it down and itemize it through that. When I want to increase my clientele, I want to increase my clientele by 20%. What's 20%? I want to increase my clientele by having 10 new clients a month or 20 new clients a month. Cool. What kind of clients do you want? Let's break that down. I want hair extension clients. There you go. Or I want to put this much in savings, X amount into savings. How am I going to make my savings grow? Okay, well, I'm going to invest. How am I going to invest if I don't know what I'm doing? Okay, I'm going to look for people that know how to invest well, are wise, financially wise, and that's who I'm going to surround myself with. There's your goal. So money. Maybe it's you're wanting to start a business. Cool. Let's itemize out what that business. I want to start a business. Cool. What business are you starting? Get specific. Because here's the thing. God wants us to be bold. He calls us to be bold. He loves us. He calls us to be bold. That means if you want to be bold, you got to approach him. And you have to ask, like, it's a relationship. Like, God, I believe that you can do this. And the thing is like the things we ask for or that we want in our lives are so much smaller than what his plan is for us in the long run. He has such a bigger plan for us, and like, okay, Cass, you want to make $350,000? You know what? I want to have you make $1 million this year. Why can't that be attainable? The only thing that's limiting us is literally our mindset. Because there are people out there that make literally $1 million a day. So why can't that be you? Why can't it be me? Right? So I always just go, okay, this is what I would, this is what I'm aiming for. But God, you're so much more abundant. You're so much bigger than that. Like, I will be grateful for whatever you supply me with. And I know it's better than and greater than even my idea. So be bold. We keep praying these, if your will be done. It's a weak prayer. He already came. He already died for us. He already saved us. It's a weak prayer. No. God, like, I know you are great, and I know you believe that I am great, and I know that you want greatness out of all of us and to use our lives to something so much bigger than like we could even physically imagine, and you want so much greatness and abundance in us. God, you do. But I want to be in partnership with you. So finances. I also always say that I want to cut my bills in half. So what's crazy is that these things will happen because every time you go over your goals, because you're going to go over your goals every day, by the way. Every time you go over your goals, it will be a trip to you, because literally I said, I want to cut my bills in half. And I totally did, because COVID happened. So that's that. So finances, great. I want to get a new car. Cool. What are you going to do with your old car? You're going to donate it? What are you going to do? You got to just plan this stuff out. And where people are going to not do this is because it takes work and it takes energy. So I would highly suggest, after I say something to you, like, if you have a pen and paper, I should have told you that from the beginning, but have a pen and paper and like just write it out, or use your notes in your phone. And this is what I do. Like, even when I'm like laying out, doing something, and something comes across my mind, I have a goal list in my phone and I add to it. You can always add. And if something doesn't serve you anymore, your mind has just been like, you know what? I don't need a new car. Take it off the list. So finances, we did business. Now it'll be relationships. And relationships can be love or friendships and family. So for me, last year, my main goal was to only surround myself with people that were for my highest good. Because I was in such I just reached the 2-year mark of losing my dad, so I was just in a really vulnerable state, and so I really needed to have people pour into me that were as wise and comforting and for my highest good, to encourage me to keep growing and be my best self. And so that was one of my huge things. I also was saying that, so surround myself with the people of my highest good, and that I am very supportive and loving towards my friends. And I have very loving and supportive friends that are forgiving to me as I give forgiveness to them. And I've definitely seen that play out in my life. And every time I travel, because I'm here by myself, and these prayers are always answered for me. So I always say that. I have a tricky situation with my family. And so I always just say, you know what, God, thank you for giving me such a loving and supportive family. Is it true? You don't know. But if I keep saying that, I do get support from my family. I keep seeing it. That's the thing about setting goals is, okay, here's your vision board, you know? But every time you repeat it, your eyes start opening up to seeing the things that you want to see in your life. You get to see them played out. Because if you're surrounded by negativity, you'll be blinded to seeing that your family is loving and supportive. All you're going to hear is their one criticizing thing about you. And you'll throw away all the good. So that, and then for relationships, then it goes into dating. Or what do you want your marriage to look like? I want my spouse to be, hear me. I hear them. We are, a team. I know that they're on my side. Whatever that is. I'm single. So for me, I always am just saying, like, God, thank you for, and I always say in the present tense too, so, but these are bullet points. So the bullet point is, thank you for my husband. He is kind, generous, funny, likes to travel, supportive, loving, tall, stylish, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Wise with money, wise, is a leader, goal-oriented, self-aware, works on healing himself, is healthy in all aspects, mental, spiritual, physical. So I really do detail it out. So then when someone comes across in front of me, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna settle. Life's too short, I'm not settling. And neither should you. Life's too short. Like, you are so loved and you are so just blessed beyond belief, and we get to live in this like beautiful fucking world that is like just gorgeous and everything. Like, I'm looking at trees that have like these cool vines hanging from them, and it's just a magical place we get to live in. So why are we living this life that's so limited? It just doesn't make sense. Then we go into physical. So that goes into, like, I think of physical as just my body, like, health-wise. So it doesn't have to be, like, specific. It can be, like, I specifically want a six-pack. Oh, cool. How are you going to get there? Like, I have a six-pack because I only eat whole foods and I work out every day. There you go. And then kind of itemize out how you're going to get there. Because the only way you can change your behavior is by changing your habits. So, yeah, let's see. I feel like I'm missing one. Let me see which one I'm missing. I definitely am missing one. Yeah, so physical, your body, what you're gonna do, and you can go into eating, like how you're gonna eat, meal prep, all that stuff, all those goals. Financial, and then so you want to travel, put down the things where you want to go. Like, in 6 months I want to go to Costa Rica and I want to live there for a month. Do it. But you're not gonna none of these things are gonna happen unless you write them down. So now you have your bullet points, and now I turn them into thank yous. So I just put thank you in front of it. And so I do this daily. I go through my goals daily and journal them. And I also add in things that I'm grateful for throughout the day but I normally do it in the morning. I would highly suggest journaling and writing it out, because there is something to be said about physically writing something. Even though it seems monotonous and it seems dumb to keep writing the same shit every single day, but it's not, because it takes us a long time. Our brain is tough. It takes us a long time to rewire our thinking and our feeling and everything. And so with that, just doing something, and it's a physical act, writing it out, it's huge. It's super powerful. So I write it out. I have a journal. I do it every morning. I go, thank you, God, so much for being in partnership with me. Thank you that you have such abundant dreams that are greater than mine. These are the things that I wish to see manifested in my life, or greater. What greater things do you have for me? Thank you for the friends and family that are loving and supportive and are for my highest good. Thank you that I am kind, I am wise, I am do all those things. Like, I always say, like, thank you that every day I am wiser, I am kinder, I am more loving, and I'm funnier. That's what I got for. So I write them out every day. And it's huge. It makes a huge change. And then at night, I would highly suggest just reading back over it before you go to sleep. Last thing you do, turn off your phone. Your phone's long gone. So that is how I journal. And I just really focus on gratitude. I say everything, thank you, thank you. And when I'm having really shitty days, and I know it's really hard, because it seems like the shittier days are just getting there all the time, especially if you're going through anything. But every time there's like a super shitty day, just take a deep breath and try to look around and just find something to be super grateful for. So I know that you guys are going to have a great 2020. You know why I know that? Because you're going to make an active decision that this 2020 is going to be great. You're not going to let anything stand in the way of that and the greatness that is for you and was meant for you long before anything happened. This year is going to be wonderful. You make a decision to do it, and I believe that you can. I believe it's going to be great. I believe in you. And no matter what you're going through, I know that there are some deep pits that we are all in sometimes. I can tell you from being in one, you'll get out of it, and it's only through the struggle that we get stronger. So I definitely highly suggest. This isn't the easiest thing sometimes, but it can be fun. You get to map out your life right now, whatever you want. You want gold silverware in your house? You put that on your, thank you, God, for this gold silverware. It brings me so much joy, and I'm able to entertain other people with it. So I hope you guys have a great day. Follow me on Instagram at Cassie Conway is Rad. You can also find my podcast if it's easier to listen to it. This is also a YouTube video, so you can find my YouTube, see where I'm at. I'll turn the camera on so you guys can see how beautiful it is here. I'm actually staying at the La Dolce Vita. You can always DM me if you have any questions about traveling. I do post a lot of my travel stuff on Instagram, so you can see where I eat at, where I stay at, all my suggestions for packing, all that good stuff. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and know that you are so much stronger. You guys are each renegades for hope for other people, because other people are looking at you. So let's just live in this beautiful world and enjoy it. I love you guys. Bye.